Hello, welcome to my video of Tomb Raider 2 glitch tutorial. Today is gonna be a quick guide about all the game for the glitch tutorial. So I made already a glitch tutorial level per level, but it was really much detailed and it was really long, like 40 minutes per level. And I know it can demotivate some people from learning or having some issue or whatever, so it's pretty hard to follow. So for those people that don't want to look at the detailed tutorial, I'm going to do a quick guide explaining the routes, the main setups, the main way of doing stuff, and etc. So that's going to be it. I'm using EPC aka German executable. So this is the executable that compared to other ones can do extra glitches and can't do some. So we'll see about that. I will also do a UK box tutorial fully later, but so far I'm going to stick to EPC. So another thing, if you have any problem doing anything in this tutorial, check out my big tutorial and use the level you are if you have troubles and check out. There is probably an answer into that. Or worst case, you can ask in the Tomb Raider Discord and we'll be happy to answer to you. Also, there are splits on the left, and those splits are gonna be just used for the time references. So if you just want to know things about, I don't know, diving area for a new corp, for example, you just skip in the video and see the timing of diving area and you go to it. So this is just for time reference. Also, this is some kind of updates for my glitch tutorial because we discovered a new strat that changed the routes and usually two levels, diving area and offshore rig. So this is also an update. I'm gonna do offshoring and diving area in more details, but in the meantime, you're gonna have to use that if you want to do the new strat. So let's go. I'm not gonna explain the basic things like flag cancel, running jumps are faster, etc. Everything is already in my Great Wall introduction from my big tutorial. So if you have any basic info, if you want any basic info, you just go check that video. I'm gonna link in the description and you will learn about all those things. So let's go. So first level is Great Wall, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna perform a corner glitch at the very start. So corner glitch are pretty simple. Also I hope it's gonna stop lagging soon. So just jump 45 degree in a corner, turn and press forward at the right time. If you press forward too late, that will happen. You will get pushed, and if you press forward too early, you're gonna get pushed and fall to your death here. So be careful about that. So you just turn around 45 degrees, you jump, and you press grab, and you will fall here. Turn and press forward at the right time, and you'll fall here. So this is pretty easy, and this is the first glitch of the game. So just one small thing to know, if I didn't add it in the glitch tutorial, if you jump and press forward, not doing a standing jump, but just pressing forward when the jump is started, you will move forward, you will move slightly more forward, and that will help you to get only one jump of this cornerback. Anyway, you do that, and you arrive here. And if you want to do YOLO the next part, I'm gonna just show you a sequence. So you just do the cornerback. Oops, fell it. So you do the cornerback, turn, press forward, and you hold forward and right to jump this way. And then your position is good to perform a ledge bug. So what is a ledge bug? Ledge bug is this. So you can climb even though there is a slope here. So how does that work? Basically how it works, it's frame perfect. You need to press grab at the right frame where Lara touches the wall and the slope at the same time. So this is pretty tricky when you start, but once you practice it's pretty easy. Obviously it's hard to be consistent, but with some practice you can get it. And if you don't know how to do that, because that can happen, what you can just do is you can try one time, and if it doesn't work, let's say it doesn't work, you just slide on here, you roll, walk forward once, do a back twist and grab, and it will work every time. So that's it for this part. I'm gonna save here and there to just keep my progression. And then you want to do this jump if you can. So this jump can be pretty tricky. So if you don't know how to do that jump consistently, you can either grab here or just do it pretty fast to make it worth that technique. Just go here, do a twist here, and do that. But if you want to do the fastest way, you need to kinda YOLO and risk it. So you just turn here and you just do a jump at the right position, and you hold after the jump you hold forward and left. So basically where you want to jump, where you want to aim at is that spot here. Not completely against the wall. If you're completely against the wall, you won't make it, but a bit more left to the wall or right, depending what you're facing, but whatever. Basically you want to fall, you want to be here when you jump. Oops, no, I'm too close here. Give me a second. Up. So you want to jump here and you'll make it. So this is pretty hard, so when you start, I recommend that. And then you roll here, do a late grab if you can, and do quick animation if you can. It's all explained in other tutorials, and pull that lever, nothing hard. So as you can see, I'm not entering into details to stuff, so the tutorial won't last for 10 hours. Then you do this drop if you can. So you basically aim the same, do the same sequence as I do, and if you get lucky, you will get a push from a stone here, this kind of ground, and you will get directly in front of a wall, in front of a hole. Sorry. So here I didn't get it, but with a bit of practice, you can get it pretty easy. So let's say here, and then if you press flare during an underwater pickup, you glitch a flare. This flare is free, it's not counted in the inventory, so we're gonna use it soon. You do this sequence here, running jump, 2 stunning jump, and jump here. It's pretty easy, so I'm not gonna enter into detail. Use a key, and then you have 2 ways of doing the next room. Just use a save. So you have a really hard wave, I'm gonna barely enter into details, but basically that's how it's done. Oops, it's way too much right here, so I'm gonna redo too much left. I'm not sure it will work. Yeah. So here you can make that flag cancel here and directly go here and another key. So that's basically how it works. Just gonna show quickly the position. So the position has to be here, a bit more left. So my reference is Lara's right foot. It needs to be slightly before the corner. So here it will be too much right. And then you angle, you standing jump forward, hold grab, and you will flag cancel after that, and you will get it. But this is pretty advanced. Just gonna show you quickly the glitchless way, which is something like 2 or 3 seconds slower only, so it's pretty fine, generally. So just do jumps here, and you go to the key. Nothing really hard. And then if you still have a flare, glitch flare, you can just flag cancel here, and use the key. Pretty easy. You delay a bit your jump here, so here I did it too much, but if you delay the right way your jumps, you will be able to do 3 running jumps. And then you go here to perform a crack bar. Basically you go 45 degree like this against the wall, and you do a standing jump forward between the block and the wall, and you will go through it like this. Then you go down here. Oops, didn't do it right. Gonna redo, show you the good sequence. So what I do is I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. I do 2 jumps, and I can directly do a jump here, and I will be just in the right spot to move forward and not get hit by those blades, and do a standing jump and get it. Then you do a standing jump and you do running jumps. So this is pretty simple. Sorry. And you will fall at the right place here to do this sequence, for example, or that sequence. Which is pretty easy, but a bit slower. Or you just take the stumble and you keep going. Draw your guns because the camera can change here. If you're not careful, and the camera is pretty disturbing. Then you pull out a flare because you're gonna perform a flare cancel. Two way of doing the next flare cancel. One is super easy. So you just go here, grab, roll, move forward, grab here, and flare cancel. Or you do the advanced way, that I'm not gonna explain fully here, but that's what it looks like. Because it will take too long. This is what it looks like. And you keep going forward. You delay this jump here, you're gonna stumble against the wall and kill by the blades. And you go to the zip line and you finish Great Wall. So not a lot to talk about in Great Wall, couple of glitches, but nothing too big. So this is pretty quick level. To explain at least. Okay. And then you're gonna kill this dog. So depending if you get a good or a bad RNG, you will get bite or not, it depends. By the way, I got a gold Great Wall. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. And then I'm not gonna show, actually I could show it. Well, I'm just gonna show it quickly if I can get it. You can get a glitch here, but I'm not gonna get here. Not here either. So you can get this glitch here. So basically you do what I did. Just stick to that position here. And it's kind of the same thing. Your step has to be really close to the corner here. And then you go against the wall, you turn diagonally, and if RNG is right, if you get the sequence right, if you press forward, you will get pushed in the wall and you'll be able to climb. And then you will have to perform this jump quickly to make it worth and go to the window here. But if you just started, like I suspect you do, if you're using bad guy, you just go here, use a flare to be prepared to flare cancel. You're gonna perform a swim corner bug, which is much easier. Just go here diagonally, swim down, trying to swim up, and you will land here. Just something important to mention. When Lara is embedding in the wall, you will slightly press right. Because if you don't, sometimes if you get a bad angle or something, what will happen is this. You won't make it and she will fall down. If you press right, that will never happen. So that's basically it about that glitch. And then you flag cancel, standing jump, and you perform this jump. And then we're gonna try to perform an M-man jump. What is an M-man jump? It's a jump where you will be likely to grab, but if you do it right, Lara can jump very late and you don't need to grab. You can just keep running. So that's basically how it looks. So this is perfect M-man. You can get a stumble doing that, but it's fine. So what's happening is you can get a reference point. For example, so here, it's gonna work. I'm gonna try to show you again. So basically what you want to look is you want to look at Lara's feet. So for example here, if you look at Lara's feet, she's a bit off the ledge before jumping. So that means the jump is gonna work. You won't need to grab here. If Lara's feet is before that ledge, you will have to grab or you will stumble against that red thing. So that's basically how it works. So you just need to jump late. And for example, if you get it right, you'll get that. And if you don't get it right, you will stumble. So if you jump early, like this, you just grab and take the 2 or 3 second time loss. Whatever you do, go pull that lever. Nothing really hard. And you're gonna climb here. Do this small sequence, standing jump, running jump, grab to land on the flare. Jump forward and grab to not stumble against the ceiling. And go here and perform this corner bug if you can. So if you are completely unfamiliar with glitches or something, if you have really troubles, this corner bug is not worth it. You need to set it up relatively fast and do it to jump and you will get it. So this is pretty easy, but when you start, if you want to avoid to do some glitches, you want to avoid doing that glitch because that one is pretty tricky. And well, it's not that it's tricky. It's just you can, if you fail it, you will lose time instead of doing that. So when you start, if you have trouble, you do that instead of a cornerback. Also, if you use UK box or soul, you won't be able to do that glitch. So don't bother trying. So verify your version if you have trouble doing that glitch. Anyway, what to do? You're gonna hope having good RNG with this guy, which is not the case here. If it stays here, you're gonna get shot a lot. And you're gonna go from under the boat, swimming, and press grab, and you will get that animation, so you can get in the boat directly. And go forward. So depending of the RNG in this level, you will have to use a med or not. It really depends on the RNG. With some experience, you won't use meds, but at the start, you will be likely to do. And then you just leave a boat here. Shoot that guy 2 times, so he goes to the right and not shoot you. And you want to hit this tile and go back in your boat. You don't need to push the button because the door will still be open. So this is something we found recently. So one last time. Get off the boat. Shot this guy. So you want to hit one of those next tile along the way. So once you hear this tile, the door is open. And you can just go back to your boat. So that's pretty much it. I might fall here, I'm too far. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's keep going. So the best sequence is this one, so I'm going to use a med to be more safe. And you go to the end and leave a boat safely before the mines. And that's pretty much it for Venice. So it's pretty easy level, except the swim corner bug and the men. So you should be able to do that level pretty efficiently. Oops. You want to try to do the quick thing I'm gonna try to do in the end of a level. So you basically want to emerge at the right time. Sorry, it was a bit early, but whatever. To be able to keep running. Then you keep going. You leave a boat for Bartoli's hideout. And you're gonna do stairbugs. Kill those 2 rats because the glitch is annoying to do with rats. So you can even kinda YOLO it visually and get it or not like I just did, but if you get it right, that will happen, for example, and you'll be able to make it. So we want to glitch up here. Or there is a quick setup, you just go here, side step left, back step, step back, side step left once to be against the stair, and I aim like this, roll, and then if you are not on top of a stair, if you don't have a kind of stumble or on top of a stair, you're not in the good position. If you are on the bottom of a stair, what you just need to do is you just need to tap backward. Tap walk and backwards, and eventually that will happen. She will glitch up from the stair, and you will be in the right spot. So there is two things. I'm gonna try to show you. So the number of times you're gonna have to tap back will only depend of your angle. If your angle is good, it will take only a few, and if it's bad, it will take a lot. So as you will see, so there is a first time when she glitch up to the stair, but you want to tap an extra time to be sure to make it. And if you tap more after that, if you tap one more time after she glitched up the second time, the glitch won't work, as you can see. So just be careful about that. So basically you want to aim like this. And if you're on the bottom of the stair, tap left. So here it was almost perfect. If you get a stumble, it's perfect. You just need to turn and do the rest. And if you are already on top of the stair after rolling without a stumble sound, that means the glitch won't work. You have to redo the setup. So whatever happens, you just turn, press walk on forward and go right, and she will glitch in. And then you go down here. You don't use a flare here because you want to save some flare for later, because you're gonna need a flare at some point. And then you use a flare here for lighting, pull the lever, and you're gonna use also the flare for the glitch. So that's why we're lighting here, because you can see and you will use it. So that's kind of double flare. And then you want to set up a step back, which is pretty tricky when you start. So this is the setup's pretty easy. Just the lineup is really precise. So you just go here, spam side step left, step back once, side step left, like I just basically the same setup as before, and then you turn until that position roughly. Once you get a position, you roll, and if you get that outcome where there is no stumble, then the glitch is not going to work. You need to redo the setup. It means that you weren't left enough. And if you are in the right position, that will happen. You will get that small stumble, as you can see. Then you turn, walk forward. You will have this animation. Then use the flare, and that will happen. And then hold right, and you will glitch up. So, one second time, quickly. Spam side step left, back step, side step left, get that position, you get the stumble, so it's good. Turn, walk forward, drop the flare, press right, and you are here. And then you perform this jump, which is just a simple curve jump, but can be tricky. But this is kind of simple curve jump. And then you draw a flare to do an extra console. You do a roll here, so you want to roll at that ledge, because if you don't roll, you will be much less likely to make what I just did. If you don't hold roll, because roll has more forward momentum than running, you will have more chances of getting the place I wanted to go. So that's the only explanation. So you want to avoid those dogs, staying on the right. You want to try to shoot that guy so you get a weird pathing. And you're going to draw your shotgun to kill the next guy. So this is an update of the road, because since the new glitch there is new roads. So you kill that guy. Alright, let's try. And you will save some health for the end of the level. And then you either YOLO this fence back, or you do this quick setup. Just go completely against the wall, step back, and turn here. Forward, press and hold roll and grab, and you will do that. And then you land here, drop here, and you keep going. And then you're gonna hold shotgun again, and if you can, you're gonna kill the next guy. And if you can't, it's fine, it's just to save health. So here, for example, it was poorly made, but... So here I killed him, so it's easier to save a med here. And you jump to the right here, and you keep going. And then you want to be here. You don't want to be more left or more right, you just want to be here. And did I draw again? No, I didn't. Okay. And then you just jump, press weapon button, draw weapon button while falling, and the flare will drop at the right spot. So you just press tap forward once. You don't hold forward, you tap forward, and you hold grab, and you will do this glitch. If you just hold forward, that will happen. Well, no, that won't happen. That's not what I wanted to show. Press grab too early. That will happen. If you just need to tap forward once, and then hold grab, and you will glitch up. And once you're in the wall, you can press forward immediately. It doesn't matter. And this is done for Bartoli's hideout. Gonna start up our house. So first corner bug, there won't be a lot to say about it. You prepare a flare because you're gonna need flare later. Just go roughly diagonally like this, and then it depends if you get the right position or not on the angle. You will get 2 or 3 jumps needed. So here only 2. And if you don't hold the roll, that will happen. You will glitch down, so you need to hold roll, and if you hold roll and release it soon enough, you will be able to keep running like this. Then you do this jump, and you grab a bit late to land here. If you don't grab, you won't make it generally. And you jump here. So just one more time. Up, hold roll, do two running jumps, do this jump, grab, flare console, and go here. And then you want to go at this step, unperform that setup, jump once. Once you jump and land, you turn a bit left and do 3 jumps. And you have a couple of situations. You can be down the stair. I'm gonna light the flare so you can see. So here I'm at the stair, so it's good. If I'm down the stair like this, the glitch won't work. Or you actually the glitch can work actually, but you will have to do the same thing as the second Bartoli stair bug. Press fork and forward. Should have a swing animation, drop a flare, and you will make it. But this is pretty rare. Or you can be up the stair and you can get the easy way like this. Or you can get on top of a step, but have a bad situation. What's gonna happen is you'll be too much further, so you won't be able to glitch up, and that will happen. You can't do anything. This is pretty much RNG. Or what can happen also is Lara is on top of stair after the 3rd jump only, and then the glitch won't work at all. You can redo the setup immediately. Or you get the right spot like I just did, and you just turn, press forward and walk, and press left to be a bit more left, and you will glitch up. So that's basically how it works. So it can seem a lot of RNG, but this is basically you get the right outcome 75% of the time. So you just walk forward, press jump, and you make it. Jump immediately to get those 2 running jumps, and then keep going. Then you're gonna shoot this guy 2 times. So 2 times because sometimes he can miss the first shot. But basically if you shoot him once, he's gonna get in a weird glitch way, kinda. He's gonna act weirdly and he's not gonna shoot you. It can still happen like 5 or 10% of the time max he's still shooting you, but that's pretty rare. So if you shoot him, you will be likely to not use med in this level. And then you jump here, do a fake grab. So basically what it's happening is when you fall, after you roll here, just press forward, press grab. Don't hold grab to not grab the edge and fall in the spikes. just tap, grab once, and you will grab and make it. So that's pretty easy. You need to get a good position, because obviously if it's too early like this, it won't happen. And if it's too in, and if you jump too far, like this, that will happen. So you want to be careful. But this is pretty lenient, and there is a lot of space. So basically like this. As you can see, it was super late and it still worked, so it's pretty fine. And then you have to choice. So you can do walk in the glass. Oops, this is bad walking, but whatever. Pull the lever. Walk again in the glass. And get out here. And you will be here. Or you can land. Where am I? Okay. Or you can start walking. And once you are up the stair, just do a walk run. And you do this. I'm going to explain to you quickly how it's done. Then you jump here and you're going to finish at the same spots as earlier. So it's pretty easy. So you just do this walk jump. So you just press forward and once you're here, when you're here, starting moving forward against the wall, stop tapping right until getting that kind of armband. And once you're almost parallel to the wall, well, perpendicular actually, you just hold left and she will glitch up. So you can get a stumble or not depending your angle, but it's super easy. And then you jump to this place and you do the opera jump. It's 1 or 2 seconds faster to do what I just did, so depending if you want to or not, you just do it or not. So opera jump is basically a curve jump like this, pretty easy. Just need to jump late enough and be close enough to the wall and it will work. Not too much close to the wall, because obviously if you're too much close to the wall, that will happen. Well, that was close from failing, for example. Just aim here, jump and hold left midair, a bit more than midair, a bit before midair, I meant. Sorry, it's not gonna work, yeah, because I didn't curve her soon enough, but yeah. So you just jump. You can do a late grab if you want to avoid a stumble. You turn and try to do the sequence. Whatever you do, you reach a lever. Hold back on right to get that position. And then you either do that quick sequence, or you do that sequence, which is slower but much safer. Just walk up, wait the box to be in the right spot, or do that. And then, depending of your flare on your capabilities, you either use a flare console to do the next jump, or you do this. That's explained by tutorial, so I'm not going to enter into details. My opera house is already 7 minutes, so yeah. And you finish the level. And you are in Offshore rig, where everything is going to change if you already watched my tutorial. But don't worry, it's going to be explained. And it's pretty easy. So whatever you do, you pull that block, you do everything as usual until the yellow keycard usage. So, oops, bad sequence, but whatever. So I'm not gonna explain too much here because it's just running jumps, so nothing special to enter into details, at least for this quick guide. You just roll here, super easy glitch, you roll and you go through the window, super easy. If you can get a late grab here. I didn't get it, but you can basically do a jump twist and avoid the stumble. Get your guns back, kill those 2 guys trying to get the double pickup, so this is pretty much the same thing as usual. Just kill that guy first. Oops, I completely forgot the count, but whatever. Ah, come on. It's not the best position, but maybe? Yeah, I got it. If you don't get it, it's fine. And then, just a couple of details. There's going to be a setup to do right after the keycard opening. But be careful, because the setup can be a bit off if you do something like this. Like if you're turning or running while using this card, what's going to happen is it can mess up slightly the angle and completely cancel the setup I'm going to show you. So the best way to do is to just go here, wait for 1/10 of a second or something, and use the card. And then you will be good. So the setup is pretty easy. Prepare to side flip right, side step left, back step, walk forward, buffer one left, and hold forward and left and jump. Well, you don't jump immediately, you wait a bit Lara is running, but you do a running jump holding forward and left. And you'll be in the quop state. So basically, if you don't do the quop, you will see this. Oops, I cancel the quop because I stumble, but basically how it works is you are in a quop state. What is quop you're gonna see soon enough. And to keep that state active, you need to press forward and run all the time. And if you stop at any point, it will cancel the state you're in. So you have to run all the time or you will cancel the glitch. That's how it's gonna work. Oops. Yeah, whatever. It should work, yeah. So you can see she had a weird animation here. And yeah. So I'm gonna show you quickly what is the quop. The quop is that. So you won't do it here in a run, but that's just to show you what it is. So that's the quop. So that's basically the game think Lara is still falling because our falling value isn't reset to 0. So the game don't know how to handle with Lara, and basically you can do things with it. It stay for like 9 seconds or something, and once it ends, if you press forward and action, you will do what we call the quicksand bug. What it means is Lara will be inside the ground basically, and she will still move forward inside the ground. And because she will do that, we'll be able to skip the next code, the next door completely. But there is some condition on that. So basically how it works is if you are very student kind of quop, a fast one like I just showed, and a slow one, basically if you stop pressing forward after the jump activates the quop, and if you are running slow when the quop is starting, you will get a slower quop, you will move slightly slower. And that's what we need for EPC version. So for EPC version, what's happening is you can't make the glitch basically, or it's insanely precise, so basically you can't make it in RTA. But if you don't get a slow quop, you won't make it. Because you won't be, for some reason, the quicksand doesn't activate if you are against the door with EPC. If you have a fast quop. If you have a slow quop, it works. So I'm gonna show you how to do a slow quop and where to do it. For UK box, both works, but obviously you want to do a fast one because it will be faster and it will be easier. But whatever. So everything said, that's a lot of information, I know, but you're gonna see soon enough. So setup, side step, side flip, side step left, back step, walk forward, buffer left, then you jump, and then you keep running. So to avoid redoing all this shit, I'm gonna save here. So you're gonna you will see people doing here. Those are people using UK box because you can do it from here, but we can't do it from here with EPC. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. So you draw your guns because you want to kill the dog to save a bit of health. It's pretty easy. You just shoot him and you will die here, and you're gonna go here. So you keep running, but you don't jump. If you jump, that will happen, and it will completely cancel the co-op state. So you just have to run, you can't jump, you can't stop, you can't do anything, you can just run. So the co-op activates only when you're going up a stair like this, or you're hitting a low ceiling. So here we got both, so this is good, but one is enough. So basically what we want to do is we want to jump a bit diagonally like this to be able to come back to the left, because obviously if we just do this, that will happen and it will completely cancel the glitch. And you stop pressing forward at the right time and you will get this co-op, which is slower, but it will make it work, this glitch. Just climb, go to the door, and you will glitch and reach this door. So doing that, you completely skip the door. So just jump, stop pressing forward at the right time, and avoid the barrel, obviously, and just keep going to the door. So if your co-op is too slow, you won't make it to the door. Lara will stop the co-op during the slopey ground here. So you need a slow co-op, but not too slow. But it's relatively permissive. Like, you just do the co-op, stop here, and it will work. For example, that speed of co-op is completely enough. Up, and you pass the gate. So I'm gonna see quickly what happens if you do a fast co-op. So if you do a fast co-op, you will get to the door here, but Lara won't activate a quicksand, and we don't want that, obviously. That will happen. That happens before it goes off forward momentum. So yeah, that's basically how it does. So whatever you do, you go here, and you're gonna perform a temp clip. So basically, a temp clip is simple. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oops. Well, here I usually don't do it this way, but it should work. For example, here. Yeah, should have worked. Yeah, so it works. Basically, I'm just gonna show you quickly how it looks like. So it's still the same one. You just glitch normally, except this time you will have only pistols, so you have to shoot 14 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. To here. If you are in the wrong spot, you just roll instead of stepping back. And you pick up the small med inside the wall, you turn, press forward, and you're good. That's basically what I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just do that. Step back. It's gonna run into the wall, and once it's down, you kill him. And the item will be placed good enough, so you can just step back, grab the item, turn in the wall, and press forward at the right time. So that's basically how it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you, basically the guys die after 14 shots, so I count to 13. And I wait for the last one. So we get that thing, wait for him to go into the wall, shoots one last time, and do it. You can do a bit safer, holding wall conturning, and when you get that angle, you press forward. It's a bit slower, but it's a bit more efficient for some people. Whatever, what you're gonna do, you're gonna try to skip a trigger. So this is slightly changed route for people knowing the road, so you just gonna go through that corner like this and you will skip that guy trigger. If you don't do that, you will have to kill a shotgun guy like this. So the shotgun guy will spawn and you will have to kill him with pistols, so it can be a bit slow. So it can be worth just getting here, go to the corner, do a standing jump, and skip that guy. Just basically go through the corner. Oops, wrong sequence here, but whatever. And the rest of the level is, oops, pretty much the same. Oops, well, you're supposed to do a jump here, but it's fine, it's not too bad. Just have to know that if you miss it, you lose slight damage, so if you're really low, be careful. And then this jump. So I explained it 2 times in glitchless and glitch tutorials, so I'm gonna explain it really quickly. And if you have trouble, you just go to Offshore tutorial, glitchless and or glitch, and you will see a lot of details in it. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you stop. Side flip rights. Buffer 1, drawing guns. Buffer 2 times for nothing. And just run forward, drawing 2 times your gun, and you will make it. So basically how it works, you need perfect position and perfect late grab, or it won't work. So perfect position is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you'll be here, so you'll have that visual point, basically. I use that texture here as a visual point. Set flip right. Oops, sorry. Then buffer. So buffering, as usual, you keep holding inventory while it's closing. And you add the buttons you want to use. So in this case, inventory, once you've quit the inventory, you press inventory and gun. So rara draw guns. Then you buffer 2 times for nothing. Well, it's not for nothing, but you know what I mean. And then you do a running jump. And you draw your weapon 2 times. And when you undraw your weapon the second time, you grab. Like this. And you will make it. And then it's pretty simple. And then you're gonna see diving area, which is a level that completely changed since the last glitch tutorial. So the start is pretty much the same. You just jump on this tile to pull the lever, and you're gonna swim diagonally to avoid the currents and make it. And then you try to do a sequence, shoot that guy so he can go away. 1, 2, 3, jump a second time, and jump late. So here it didn't work, so I have to late grab, but I'm gonna show you again. So because I jumped way earlier, I had to grab here. It wouldn't have worked. But as you can see, if you jump early, you can recover it. So again, jump right before the yellow line, and then do this sequence. Jump and keep running if you can. And we're gonna see the ladder glitch. So basically how it works is simple. Just stick to the left, to the right here. So number of side steps doesn't matter. Just be against the wall. Jump, stay here. Then you press down so Lara has this animation, and release it at the right time and hold forward and right until you hit the ground. Like this. And then turn right only and press forward at the right time. So I'm going to explain to you again. Press down, stop here, holding forward and right. Long enough so you get this. And once you got this, you can just stop pressing anything. She will still be in the wall. And then you press right and press forward at the right time and you will glitch. So this is super simple. Just press down, up, up, up. So one last time. So basically there is a sound, if you can hear it, here. So once, just at this sound, you can let it go. So here it was a bit earlier, but you can hear a sound, a slight sound if you can hear it right, but if you can't hear it here, it doesn't matter, you will hear it in practice. There is a slight sound of Lara grabbing the ladder. Oops, wrong way. this is where you want to let go of action, and you hold forward and right. And when just before you land, you stop pressing it, and then you press right and forward at the right time, and you keep running. And you're gonna pick up those stuff for this road because you're gonna need them. Because we skip some ammos here and there. You're gonna drop down here. Oops. Yeah, that's what I thought. Whatever. You will be able to see the ladder a second time because we know it's super hard, according to some people. And you pick up those stuff, and you're gonna save because I'm scared now. And you're gonna kill the next guy with pistols. So we used to kill that guy with automatics. Okay, that was funny. So we used to kill that guy with automatics, which was faster, but we don't have automatic at this point, and he's gonna give it to us, give them to us. So you want to kill that guy with pistols. He's gonna give us automatic, as you can see. Can equip them right now if you want. Jump here, pick up a key card, and do the next sequence. So you have two choices. Oops, maybe a bit too quickly. So you turn until the camera change, like this. Do a step back and do a running jump, and you'll make the jump here. So this is the easy way, and the hardest way, but a bit quicker, is the same, camera change, but you do a walk run and you delay it. And if you delay it enough, you'll make it. And obviously if you fail, whatever, I'm gonna try to fail like this, you can just go here, roll, and just do a jump here, and you'll be fine. And then you grab here, you drop down, side step, and do the ladder back again. Up, press forward, exactly the same, and drop down here again. And you're gonna use a blue key card, and you're gonna perform another co-op. You're actually gonna perform two co-op in this level. So there is two way of doing it. You can go, oops, I think I'm loading here. Up. So you can, we're gonna go to the right to activate the co-op, but if you stand on this tile, the door will open and it will help you to time. Because this co-op is gonna be a bit more tricky than the first one because you're gonna need to time the end of a co-op. I'm gonna show you why. So if you are not confident with doors opening while you're co-oping, you stand here, the door is gonna open, so you just come back and go there again. And if you are confident, you don't need to open that door, you can directly go straight to that place. So there is a setup, super easy setup for this co-op. Just grab here, shimmy right, climb, sidestep right once, you will see Lara slightly going right, sidestep right, sidestep left, walk forward once, and then you do a walk jump, no delay nor anything, just a walk jump, and you hold forward and you will get this position while I pressed look button, so maybe it fucked it up, but you will get that spot and you will have a co-op. So here I didn't have it because I press the look button and it cancelled everything, but basically that's what it looks like. So here you get your co-op. You're not gonna activate here, you're gonna activate slightly later. You're gonna activate here. So I'm gonna save here. This is your first co-op of this level. So you wanna activate here, and what you wanna do is you wanna go through that door here. So you wanna go through that door first. So to do that, you're gonna use this door hitbox to not stop, because the co-op lasts for 9 seconds. If you don't have those doors, you will have to run around here for a couple of times, and then it wouldn't be precise and etc. So we're gonna hold. If you just run forward into a door, it doesn't stop the co-op. So we're gonna use that to time it, and we're gonna also use drawing weapons to make it. So there's two ways of doing the first quap for EPC. Those two are super simple. So I just need to remember. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So you need, okay. So you, because I didn't do the fast quap for a long time, I just need to time it quickly. Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, so you need count 7. Okay, so there is first way is to do a fast quap. So if you do a fast quap, you're gonna draw and undraw your gun 7 times. And when you're undrawing for the 7th time, you're gonna go left and hold grab. And then this is your way of timing the thing. Because the problem is if you quap, I'm gonna show you. If you quap and go directly to the door, you won't be able to do it because you're gonna get out of a quap. So you want to get the quicksand before the door. That's basically how it is. So you want to activate the quap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up. Oops, and I went a bit too far, fortunately. So this is a bit later, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, shin draw, you turn, and you make it. Sorry, it was I barely made it because I was still turning, but this is pretty lenient. Like you can basically quap here or you can quap here, it doesn't matter. As long as you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you turn and you hold grab and you will make it. So this is pretty easy one. But there is even another one which is even more easy. So I lost count here, I think, but okay, it still works. So you count 7 and you go it. So if you're too close to the, you really need to not do it too late, because if you do it too late, you will quap here. And because EPC quap a long time for 5 square, you will end up in this square in front of Lara and you will void. So you have to be careful about that. There is easier way to do it. You just need to get a slow quap and you will see it's way easier. I'm going to show you how. So you just do a slow quap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you just turn at the 6th one and you will make it every time. There is absolutely no run. So because of a slow quap, you won't have that void problem I just mentioned. You won't be able to go that far. And you can also go really against the door, and you can also do it pretty soon. So you can activate the quicksand here and it will have a chance to work, depending on your quap speed, but generally okay. So this is way easier doing it with a slow quap. So it's a slightly harder to activate the slow quap, but once you did it, it's easy. So I'm gonna redo one more time. Slow quap. So oops, that was fast one. So what you want to do to time, you need to press jump and forward and draw gun, sorry, at the same time to time your thing. Up, and then you let go forward, get the slow quap, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you need to turn at the 6 and it works every time. So here, even if I pressed early, it was really fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure it's gonna work here. Just gonna delay slightly, but it still works. Okay, because I hold my guns really late. But as you can see, this is pretty easy. So up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You turn and you make it. Oops. Well, or you don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you turn and you make it. And this is your first quap. And then you have a second one to do, so you go back to your co-op spot, because we're gonna go through wall. So it's exactly the same setup. So you have to know something about that setup. That setup is so good that even if you do this, for example, if you press jump too early or something, if you do a jump like this, it will still work. But that's what's incredible about it. Even if you fucked it up, it will still work like this. So this setup is really good. So you activate it again, and then you're gonna just need a fast co-op this time, which will be super easy to do too. So you're gonna need to co-op here. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna need to co-op going to that direction, because where you want to go, there is a couple of tiles where you can go in front of Lara. If you use a key box, you will lose that door, but we can't do that with, well, it's harder to do that with EPC. There is a super easy way for EPC. So this is the one I'm going to show you. Just going to have to retime it because I'm not sure anymore, but it should be easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's when you draw the fourth one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So good thing I check. Okay. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so this is, you need to count 1, 2, 3. When you're drawing your fourth time, you go to the left, you go here, you turn here, and you all grab. And you'll make it here. So if you use a key box, you will come from this left here. But you will end up at the same place. So this is really easy. So you just do the co-op. 1, 2, 3. When you draw the fourth one, you go left. So here may be a bit early, so I'm gonna have to recover. And then you just do the trajectory I showed you. So 1, 2, 3. Drawing your gun fourth time, you turn. You go here, turn, and all grab, and you'll make it every time. And good thing, you can keep running here. So this is super easy. And good thing is, this is so easy that if you do 1, 2, 3. For example, if you go late, what you can do is you can just have a different trajectory and still make it work. Because for example here, if I went to the same trajectory as I used to do, the co-op would have activated too soon while I was turning, so it wouldn't have worked. But because I went left too early, too late, I had to take a rougher trajectory, and it's a kind of recovery. So even if you fail it, you can recover it somehow. So again, one last time. 1, oops, I jumped too early. 1, 2, 3, 4. You start turning. Go here. Turn, and you make it. And you keep running. So there is no slow co-op strap for this one, because the door is too far or whatever. Actually, I think there is, but I don't remember. So whatever. So here you want to save a flare. You will need a flare console, but we don't have a lot of flare for this road, so be careful. Just place here and try to do a standing jump, and you will make it. And if you don't, you're just gonna be unlucky and take a stumble. It's okay, just lose 2 seconds. And those were the 3 co-ops in the early game. There will be 2 more co-ops later that are completely different, but we'll see about it. And then you kill the 2 guys as usual with automatics. Oops, it was super bad sequence, but whatever. So that was a relatively long explanation, but it has to be done because co-op. So 40 Fathoms is going to be much faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up. Okay. And you keep going. So for the Phantom, it's going to be super fast. Because this is exactly the same as usual. And this is pretty, not boring level, but well, kinda. But there is a lot of swimming involved. So you take a brief, and you keep going. So the reason the reroute is important for this run after the new corps is that right now we don't have M16. And we also lost some ammo, we also lost a shotgun pickup, so making using the weapon combine isn't really that worth anymore, etc. So we had to reroute somehow. And also you will lose flare with EPC in the deck because you're gonna use a corpse skipping the flare pack. So yeah. Just gonna save to be sure. So you do this glitch or you do the glitchless way, whatever you do. And you do the sequence. Not gonna enter into much detail to it. This is just jumping. So here you just jump in the fire, activate the lever, use the make back the latest possible, and go back in the water to avoid the whole puzzle stuff. Oops, too much right or whatever. Then you pull some lever, so 45 items super fast, like there is absolutely nothing to say about it. Could I maybe stop a bit for the sequence, but as it's already 1 hour in after diving area, I don't want to spend too much time in this level particularly. So I should have still 1 flare, and it should be my last flare. Yeah. So for EPC it will be your last flare before my Doria. So yeah. So you want to drop from the left to the right here, or it's rip run. If you slide on here, it's basically rip. You have a recover to the left, but it's super long. You do the jump here, and you keep going. Pull that lever, and try to do the next sequence. So you either try to do this, which is relatively hard. Oops, well, so hard that I missed. It's not that easy, but basically you can get this jump and keep going. But if you can't get it like I'm doing, like one last try. Okay, so that's the jump you want to get, and then roll here and keep going. So this is a sequence you want, or if you don't feel confident about that, you can just drop here, do a roll, even flare cancel if you have an extra flare, and do this. And then go here and perform a dive bug. So first dive bug of the game, I think. So what's a dive bug? It's that, basically. Just gonna use the setup to be sure. So dive bug is this. So basically, if you hit the ground on the ceiling at the same time, you won't die. With a swan dive. So how it works is pretty simple. You just go to the edge, side step left, to be sure you are in the corner, and then you aim at this specific position. So personally what I do is I use visual spot, which is this blue thing. Well, everything is blue, but this darker blue thing here. And I line it up a bit, I line up Lara's left hand right a bit after that spot. So, but if you have any other way of seeing it, feel free of course to do. Then you step back twice, press forward once, and do the dive back. And it should work. So this is pretty linear, this is not that precise, so I'm going to show you. So basically, for example, if here should work, and here should work, and everything between that should work. So this is not that precise to do. Here it's gonna die probably, yeah. So a bit more left than that. But this is not, for this one, it's not that precise. And then you're gonna finish the level with an ambush, which you're gonna have to just use med at the right time and go to a lever. Just be careful about your health and you will be fine. Or go risky if you want to, depends. Yeah. Gonna use a large for safety of it. And this is it for 40 Fathoms. And then you go in the water for Doria. And because we don't have any 16, we're gonna have to do the ambush differently as usual. As you saw it in my tutorial. So you pick up that med still. If you feel you're low on med, you're gonna pick up the next small one, but I personally don't. And you do that drop. So there are two ways of doing that drop. The YOLO way, like I just did. So basically, if you don't grab here, you're gonna lose like 70% of health instead of 20. So that's how it works. There is an easy setup. You can just go left here, grab, shimmy left, roll, side flip left, and go forward, and grab. So this is super easy. Not gonna enter too much detail, but if you feel confident, you can do it the YOLO way, like this. And if you don't feel like it, there is a med here that you're gonna pick up to be sure, but if you're relatively good with meds, you don't need it. So I glitch a flare here, so it's a mistake. You don't glitch flare here, whatever, because we're gonna need the flare later, but it's gonna require not lighting the flare at the start of the level. So yeah, I'm dumb. So you pick up the med pack or not, and prepare your auto ammo, because there is a ambush coming. So you're gonna have to be careful about the melee guy. You're gonna have to count the hit you hit him. So you either do it you can shoot him at the start, but I don't recommend to when you start. When you start, you just go through him and then only shot that guy. When you shoot that guy, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll be in position to do that. I'm gonna redo that again. So how it works is simple. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you shoot him 6 times. So 6 times this time, we're gonna perform an item clip. And you shoot him 6 times instead of 13, because auto pistols do twice the damage of normal pistols. So if you do some math, it will make sense. So then you jump on this block, waiting for him to be close, and then you jump here. So I'm gonna redo it properly after, but just to show you, shoot him at the right time, and the item should be at the right spots. So here it's not for some reason. But so here, for example, I'm too close from here, so just lure him a bit here, and then wait for him to have this RNG particularly. And once you will get that RNG, it will be 100%. I'm going to show you how really quickly. So you grab the item, turn, press forward the item, and you glitch up. So I'm going to push him back a bit. So okay, so that's what should happen. So what should happen is stop at this tile, and when he appears, jump forward, roll, and jump forward. Sticking against the wall, because if you're not totally at the left, you will be blocked by that guy, so you have to be careful about that. So stop here, wait for him to appear, jump once, stick to the wall to the left, turn, and wait for him to be at this tile. Not even at this tile, but at this precise position and shoot him. Oops, am I too close? We'll see. So yeah, up. So as you can see, this is really consistent and really easy. So just lure him here, move forward, when wait he appeared, standing jump, roll, do it left, stick to the wall, shoot him, and grab the item when you're in a position to do the perfect item clip. So it's actually super easy. And go to that lever, and do the next sequence that I'm not going to explain too detailed because it's pretty much easy. And like Mario Doria is easy enough so you can just learn the item clip and then do the level because you just do running jumps. So as you can see, I'm not entering too much details because I don't want a video to be 5 hours long, but I hope it will be useful. Then you emerge, you kill that guy. Doing that or whatever, any strat you want beside that, and you open that door. Like the strat you do in this place is completely dependent on the runner. So it's really, I'm not gonna learn you anything for that. If you want to learn my way, which I think is the fastest and most consistent way, you just go Englishless tutorial that I made and it should be fine. Actually, I think it's not out yet, but it should be out in a couple of days. Pick up the flare pack, so now you have 6 flare again. Push that block, pull that lever. And yeah, I totally just assumed that I just auto-promoted myself. So you open the trapdoor, you go here, go to the shark area, just gonna save in case something bad happens, so I don't have to redo these all parts. So 90% of the time it goes well if you stick to the right here. So here there is one shark. You cut the corner here. And you see where is the other shark, he should be there. Here. Okay, I don't see him, but if you don't see him, it's cool. And then you glitch a flare here, which is gonna be super important. Well, not super important, but it's gonna really cancel a full cancel. So, ooh, hello. So here I'm getting, I was pretty lucky here. So if you do perfectly the next sequence, then this flare will be useful. Just need to check something. Okay, that's enough. So you just do that sequence. Just do running jumps, and if you don't get any stumble, any big problem or anything, you release that key, and you won't use the stumble, you won't use the flare after the side flip, like people used to do it. You're gonna do the glitch normally, like this. So this glitch, gonna explain really quickly. So trapdoor skip, just run forward, walk, and after she's done the stair, you just you just stop pressing walk on your jump. So this is basically a running jump, and this is good. Up like this and go. And then because we don't have M16, we're gonna need to pick up somewhere, and the only good pickup is in the end of this level. So it's not exactly a good pickup, this is the only we have on the way. So yeah. So you're gonna do this sequence, so that's where the flare is gonna be useful. So you just do this, and you're gonna go here. And if you do everything perfectly, you will be able to use that flare. But as you can see, this is pretty tight because the flare is running out. And here is an M16 with a double pickup in it. So it's a triple M16 pickup. So as you can see, if you got a stumble or something somewhere like this, and you keep running, what can happen is, okay, it still works here, I think. Yeah, okay, it will still work. if you get to stumble or something, stumble somewhere, for example, and then you recovered badly or something, what can happen is that, let me try to show you, when you will do that jump, okay, so I didn't know but what can happen is Lara can throw the flare and you won't be able to grab because when she throws the flare, she's not able to grab. So you have to be careful about that. So my recommendation is if you get a stumble or something, you throw the flare and you take the stumble. And if you get a good sequence, you just use it and you're good. Anyway, what you do is you pick it up and you go in the water like the normal way and you keep going and finish the level. So depending on the RNG you might be able to use a med in Mario Doria. You will see about that in a run. So now we have M16. And then it's gonna be one of the hardest levels in the game, Living Quarter. So when you start the level, if you want to do the trapdoor skip, you can just what you can do is you can activate the lever here, the left, or you can do what we call the trapdoor skip, which save a bit of time and it's relatively easy. So you swim up here. So you press forward and swim. You press swim and you swim straight forward all the way from the start, or that will mess up the position. Anyway, so what you do is you get this position, and as you can see, the camera is slightly turned between those two positions. So once you get the angle on the left of this position, this is the good one. And then what you do is you aim, you have those dots here. You want Lara's top head be at slightly in this dot here. Like this. And you just swim forward and you glitch into the trapdoor. So you just swim like this, you turn, camera change here, so you come back, swim a bit up, and it fails. That's how it works. Okay, I may probably mess up something, but yeah. So yeah, again, up, just oh, why? What did I do wrong? Let's redo that. Where is the camera? Okay, camera is here. Just swim. Okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I messed up the position of a star. That's maybe something, because when I'm explaining, I do something, maybe did something a bit wrong. Yeah, okay, so for some reason, maybe I moved at some point or something, left or right. Like, for example, when I look left to show you the lever, maybe it slightly moved Lara. But the position I said is right. So because I moved a bit, for example, here, I need to be a bit more left than the camera, and it will work. Oops, well, somehow. But trust me, the lineup that I showed you is good. It's just, I'm pretty sure I messed up my position at the start. So that's what I'm saying. It's really important to just swim forward when you start the level. Anyway, so here we're gonna, if you want, if you're planning on missing the next glitch, you can draw your M16 and kill that guy with it. You can even pick up his med if you want. You don't want to use Magnum because because you might need it for the late game from birds and etc. But whatever. And then you're gonna take a flare and do the next glitch. The flare is gonna use for a console, not for the glitch itself. So that's how it's gonna look up like this, and you glitch up. So that's called a shelf corner bug. And basically it works is you want to be at this position. So what I do is I use Lara's left foot. It's a bit after the corner, but not too much. And then the angle has to be here, like this. If you're like this, she'll be pushed out the wall and not pushed in. So you want to be on the left like this. And then you do a standing jump forward, and when you are in the wall, you hold forward and grab, and roll. And she will move forward like this, and it works pretty easy. So this position roughly, this angle. Oops, I was too much left, I think, here. So if that happens, you were too much left. If she get a stumble like this, she was too much right. It's still, yeah, it's still too much left. So here it should work. Like this. So yeah. So if you can't get it, there is an easy setup that I made myself. You go here, shimmy right, roll, 2 buffer right, then you move forward, and you have a right spot. And then you turn here, this angle, and it should work. So that's basically how it works. It's detailed in my living quarter tutorial. So if you have any trouble even with a setup, go check that out. Then you do that to do another flat console, and you keep going. To do the relatively boring water part. So this water part is just swimming, so nothing much to talk about. So this is giving me some rest because talking for that long, that much, it's a bit bad for my mouth. Okay, so next part is super, not really hard, but super intense because there is a lot to do. So you do 1, 2, 3, you twist, do a standing jump here, and you climb. So this is relatively easy. And then you're gonna not do a flare, not gonna use a flare for the next part because you need to save flare. So you're gonna just slide on here. When you slide on, you do a standing jump, another standing jump, and you keep going. So you need to save a flare here for later. Well, not for later, but because you basically want to save some flare. Because you will lose 6 in the deck. So that's how it goes. So you do this part, then you can stop here and just calmly do this part. Or you can just YOLO it and hope it works. Oops, well, that's not what I wanted to do here, but whatever. So you can just stop here, line up quickly, when the camera change, and you're good. Or you can just YOLO. And when you go here, and you're gonna perform a ledge bug, if you can. So, ledge bug like the first one in Great Wall, basically. So you press action at the exact right time. Frame perfect, roughly. So that worked. Or there is a setup. I'm gonna try to find it if I can remember it. So you roll, I think, you move forward, step back, and you do a twist. Yeah, okay, that's how it works. Okay, so the setup is this one. You slide down, you roll, move forward once, step back, and do a twist, holding, grab, and you get it. And then use a flare here. There is a fence glitch, but I'm not going to show it. Then you shoot this guy, if you can. And you're going to perform the living water jump. So I'm not going to show you the fence bug because for the time it's saved, it's not worth in this kind of quick guide, in my opinion. And you're going to try to perform the living water jump. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I was thinking it was too late. Okay, that's gonna work. So this is the living quarter jumps. So basically, it's a jump that is relatively precise, but not that much. You can recover relatively easily. You just need a light grab and a good starting position. There is a setup for it, but to do the setup, you're gonna need to kill those guys. So if you have enough ammo, you can use magnums, or you can use M16 if you don't have. It won't change it much. And then you're gonna do this. You're gonna line it up to this corner, do it like this. So there is this kind of texture here as a reference point. Step back. Oops. Yeah. Step back. Jump once. You can jump twice to make it sure it's gonna work, but it's not necessary. Then you just running jump, and you do light grab, and it's just gonna work. It's gonna work. So if you really want to make it more consistent, you can jump one extra time, but you don't have to. Or you can YOLO. I'm gonna show you my way. So yeah. So my way is basically I'm looking at where Lara's jump here. I'm making Lara's jump around here, and regarding if she's jumping from here, I'm from here. I know if I have to delay my jump or not. That's basically how it works. So if you look at Lara's step when I'm gonna do this sequence, you will know if you have to delay or not. So basically here, for example, it was after the black tile, and it was way after the black tile, so it was too late. So in a run, I would have stopped completely and not tried, probably. Here, for example, here it's before, so I need to delay much more, and it was actually way before, so I needed even to delay way more. So here it's before, so I need to delay, and it wasn't enough because I jumped earlier. But here, up. So here it was good, I didn't need to delay at all because it was a perfect position. So if you want a perfect position from my point of view, just watch what happened. And here, for example, here I don't need to delay. So here, because I delayed, so it didn't work, but I didn't need to. So here I need to delay. Here I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, okay, that works nice. So it also depends if you are on the very right of a square where the black texture are, or on the slightly left. It also depends on that. So it's just showing you the YOLO way quickly, but it's only my way, so I don't know what really it's worth, but in a run it's really consistent for me, so I'm just explaining quickly. So for example, here I need to delay, and it wasn't enough. So this is basically a judgment. So here I need to delay, and it's good. So that's basically how I do it. And everyone has different kind of visual point for this, so don't worry about that. And then the deck. So this is Quap Spot. So, well, the start of the level is not Quap Spot, but this is the fourth Quap of this run. So first you need to do ledge box, but there is easy setups for it. Just gonna wait for this guy to show up. Flamethrower, come on. So you can kill this guy at the start if you want, but it's taking ammo and a bit of time. And generally when you will step back from the deck and the end of a level, the RNG will be 99% of the time it will be in your favor. So you have to do a ledge bug, but you're not gonna do it this way because this is relatively tricky. We're just gonna step back to the right, side step 3 times, slightly curve right, because if you're doing here, that will happen. Basically she can't grab because there is not enough because she's slightly off the slope, so she can't grab. So you have that's why you have to slightly tap right. So 1, 2, 3, slightly aim right and do a back twist, and it will work. And that's super easy. So up, 1, 2, 3, up, back twist, and it works. So this is super easy. So I'm not gonna enter into detail. Another one which is super easy. You jump here. Try to be on the left for the next part incoming, because if you're on the right, you'll have a lot of trouble doing the next part. So you want to be on the left, step back and roll immediately, do a back twist, and you will do it again. So again, back, step back, roll immediately, and do a twist, and it will work. So if you step back, wait, and roll, you will get a wrong position and it won't work. You need to step back and roll immediately, and only that it's gonna work. And then you climb here, do a side flip to be side step to be on the very left here, do a standing jump, be against the slope, and side step one time left. And this is the start of our setup for the co-op. So you really need to be at the right spot here. So you have the starting position, and you're gonna do this. Actually up. I'm showing you quickly the setup first. I think it's forward. Yeah, I think it's forward. Yeah, it's forward. Okay. And then you go up here. So the setup's to be quick because that guy is going really quick at you. So that's why you need to be quick. So how do you do that? You jump forward and you hold roll. Once you jump forward, you stop instantly pressing forward. You just press roll until she glitch up. And once she glitch up, you stop pressing roll immediately, because if you keep pressing roll, oops, well, that's not what I wanted to show you. That will happen if you keep pressing forward, and that will happen if you keep pressing roll. You need to stop it immediately. You need to do up. When she glitch up, you stop pressing roll, and you will get that position. Okay? Okay. And then what you're gonna do, once you get that, you're gonna immediately do a standing jump, and you're gonna do a standing jump holding forward plus left plus grab. So like this. And you'll get to that position. And then I'm gonna kill that guy first. He touched me. Wow, it messed up the position probably. And then you're gonna do a side flip. Yeah, it messed up the position, unfortunately. So let's just do something to be calm. So yeah, kill that guy first and then showing you the setup. That's better. Up, slide down. So in case you miss a setup or something, what's can happen is if you slide on here, press forward and side step left, you are in position again to do the setup. So that's a small recovery. So you do it. Once you're in position, you do a standing jump forward and right, pressing grab, like this. So that's how it is. And then you do a side flip left, and it didn't work for some reason, but anyway, you should land on the top of this stair. I'm gonna do it maybe because my position was slightly off. So up, up, and then you step backward, do a side step right, buffer forward, and then as offshore rig, press forward and left and jump, and you'll get in this spot, curve, and activate the co-op here. So you don't want to slow co-op. I'm just slowing slow co-op so I don't go far away. But basically you want to jump here and activate the co-op here, because if you jump on a step, you will activate the co-op. Like, you don't need low ceiling if there is a step. And I'm going to show you where to go after. So one last time. Up, up, up. I'm not sure it's going to work, I think. Okay, it still works. Oops, well, but I fucked it up. So one last time. Up, up, side flip. So you need to do everything in a row to be sure that that guy doesn't troll you. And then you do it. And then you turn right. So I'm going to keep a save here. And then you jump here, and you activate the co-op, and you go here. And the co-op is basically almost no timing. just go here and go here, and it works. And if you're precise enough, you will land directly on the key. I think it's not gonna work. No, okay, it works. So basically, you activate the quap, take around this corner, go in front of this bench, slide curve here. You curve here, aiming at this tile. So the tile is this one. It's this one. The tile wherever is this thing here. Don't know it's called in English, but whatever. Oops. So again, so there is basically no timing. You just go to where you want to, directly straight forward, and you just turn, and she will glitch inside, and you will land on the key here, for example. And that's basically it. So pretty easy. And then you do this sequence, this descending, up, 1, 2, 3, it should work, yeah. Down here, keep going. So should have, how many do I have? 2 flares, okay. So the 2 flares, is this enough? Actually, it can be enough. So there is a way to do the 1 flare descending, but it's pretty dangerous. So when you start, I don't recommend it. Basically, that's how it looks. But if you miss it, that's what's gonna happen. So you really don't want to do that when you start, because that's, it's not that it's really hard, but oops, completely messed it here. But it is dangerous. So just showing you one time, up, if I can. So here, up. Oops. So you're supposed to land here, and then do this, and then flare cancel here, so it's only 1 flare, and keep going here, and pick up the grenade. That doesn't change. So this is as fast as the other one, except it saves a flare, but it's a bit dangerous. Oops. Anyway, what you do is you jump here for the normal sequence, 1, 2, 3, take another flare, grab here, keep going. This one is really easy descent, so yeah. And then draw your M16, and you're gonna skip that the next flare console that you would do maybe in a perfect world. So here you might want to do a flare console, but because we are out of flares, we only have 2 and we need them for barking, we're gonna save them. So basically we just do running jumps from the grenade, we fall here, we do a walk, run, shooting those guys, and we keep going and we finish the level. And when you do the trick pressing side flipping at the first frame, and you try to get this console, so you're supposed to do late grab here. Also, I wasn't supposed to light a flare here, but whatever. We will see about that in Balkan. So you should be able to, you would in theory take the stumble, whatever. So you can do a late grab here and cancel the stumble, but here I didn't make it. Then you do here, do a standing jump, take here and do flare cancel, or take the stumble if you want to. And then do this sequence. So I'm not entering into details, do those one, because it's already 1 hour 40 in. And those are just sequences, so if you want sequences, you go into more details video. That's it. And you keep going. And you do that jump, which is just, you don't need to do so much of an amendment like I just did, because that jump was extremely good. You can just jump here, and if you just late grab, it will work here. So pretty easy. Or you can just set it up if you want, it's not too bad, but just a late grab on generally works. You roll here because you don't have flares, and you keep going. take the skidoo and take a ride. So I'm not gonna enter into too much details in skidoo, and I'm not gonna do not the hard jump, but the jump that we do after the ladder berg you're gonna see, because I don't think this will be useful for this. So yeah, oops, how to drive. So if you want more details about that level in particular, go check out our videos. So you just want to be careful with this if you're not familiar with skidoo, obviously. Just don't want to press the boost button all the time, like I'm just doing. So you want to park it here for two reasons. First, because you're gonna drop down from there, and second, because it's gives you a good position to just side flip and back flip and pick up those grenades. And then you're gonna perform a ladder bug. It's basically exactly the same one as diving area, so not gonna enter too much detail. Just up, and turn and do the same thing. It's basically the same one. Except that you won't hear a sound like in diving area, like I just told you. So then if you press grab, that will happen. And I'm just gonna mention it quickly, but there is this jump you can do. But I don't advise anyone doing that if you are not experienced player. If you're normal players or just started, just go there. Because that's way easier and it's not too much slower. So here you don't want to boost at all. If you boost here, you're dead, basically. So you don't press back like I just did, but you just keep going forward, but you don't use a boost and you won't explode. If you press the boost button, you're gonna explode, so be careful. So when you go here, you try to park roughly here in front of a key, not too far away, and you jump on this block. Jump here, here, and you keep going. Grab here, shimmy, and etc. And take the key. And something you need to know is the key doesn't activate the skidoo that is coming. Stepping on the trigger does. Like if you step on the trigger, miss the key a couple of times, the guy will still come. So that will be dangerous. So you just really have to be careful and fall on the key directly if you can. Or just do that, for example. And then go to your skidoo that you park close for that reason. And keep going. So you can start going after you hear the guy shooting. Because if you start boosting and going to him before that, you will likely get trolled and he will block you a lot. So be careful about that. Oops, oops, be careful. And then keep going. Oops, sport driving. And when you just go against this wall, you take small, it's not really a stumble, but whatever. And you just aim right here, and you get a boost, and you make it. So this is the easiest way of doing this jump. Maybe just going to show the alternate way of that. Oops. So you're not supposed to see this, but whatever. So you can have the way I'm going to show you, or you can have an easy way like this. You go here, and you go, and you keep going. So this is an easier way because it doesn't make you explode compared to the method I'm going to show you. But it's really slower, so yeah. But you can do just this strat, which is pretty easy. Just boost and go here. And if you hit with the back of your snowmobile, if you hit the slope here, it will be fine. That's basically how it works. And if you don't, you explode. But you get it like 99% of the time. Like this. And you keep going, and as you can see, it's faster. And you get out of skiddy. And go back to the hut. So pretty simple. And if you can, you shoot that burn. You shoot one burn. You need to shoot one eagle. Well, you don't need to, but this is recommended to shoot one eagle. The reason being that there's gonna be 3 guys coming. And if one eagle is not dead, there is a chance and a risk that you will get what we call a merc drain. Basically, the guy is shooting and draining your health so fast that you can't react at all. That can happen. It's pretty random, but it only happens because of the number of enemies in the map, basically. So, for EPC, you don't need those ammo, but you would pick up normally. You just go to the lever, and you keep going, taking the meds and etc. Take those, this double pickup, and keep going. Oops, wow, that was weird. And quickly about the Skido fights. So, to do the Skido fight, you can just shoot that guy, walk a bit, run a bit, and walk, and this pathing will be 99% of the time. So you just shoot him, start walking, and keep walking from the right here, and that will happen all the time. So that's super consistent, as you can see. So I'm not showing much more because it's really consistent and it's really easy. And there's still a lot of things to talk about, and it's already 150 run. And you keep going. So here I'm gonna take a large. In the best world, you want to do that level mediless, but generally you will use at least a small. And you fight those guys, obviously. I'm not saying some things because I'm trying to anticipate. I'm trying to think about other stuff. I'm talking about other stuff, but yeah. So you want to park this kiddo right here. So you want to leave space on the left of a block because you want to be able to grab a block and pull it. And then do this glitch. So this is pretty cool glitch. And yeah. And this is pretty easy if you just get the right position. So yeah. So basically you just, it works if you park it on the left too. Don't worry. Just do here. If your skiddo slightly off like this, it won't work. The skiddo will glitch up, but it will fall down the block. So it really needs to be like here. Like here. Slightly diagonally, but still down. And it will work. So why did I take a large med? Because of a fight that just happened with the skiddos, and because of those guys that can troll you very hard and drain your health. So yeah. So here small would have been enough probably, but yeah, just being safe a bit and using meds to show you it's still okay with meds. And you finish a level. And you go to Barken, which is not too hard of a level, but some technical stuff. So first you want to go here, and you have two options. You can do a shelf cornerback. So position here would be bad, but you want to do a shelf cornerback here, like this. Oh, okay, yeah, here I was too much right. Okay, that is a good position. Jump forward and grab the ammo here. Just do a standing jump forward. You don't need to press swarm or anything for this one. So the position needs to be this one. So a right feet needs to be almost, you have to slide space between the stair and our feet. Go this angle, not this angle, or you get pushed out. This angle. Oops, and it should work. But here it didn't work for some reason. Okay, so here, for example, I'm to try. Like this. And you grab this grenade. And there is easier way, but I don't remember how, but I'm gonna try to. So you just sidestep here. Right to be against step. You turn until you don't see the skin of our left hand. So here I can still see it. Here I count. Oh, I barely can. You do a jump, press forward, and immediately... no, actually it wasn't that. Let me try to remember. I haven't done one for a long time, actually. So it's basically this angle. Okay, yeah, okay. So it's basically that. So just get this angle. So actually, Lara's skin doesn't have to disappear. Still has to be slightly in like this. And then you do standing jump, and you move forward, and you will get that bump against the wall, and it will work. Okay. Okay, that's it. Up. Slightly. You can see the skin. I'm not sure it's gonna work here. Yeah. Yeah, so here it was too much right. I thought it. So I'm sorry, but I'm not too good at this one. So I can't. It's really hard to explain because basically I don't use it at all. So yeah. You will have to... The only advice I can show you is about the shelf bug. So I made my training before I made my tutorial in detail. So the positions and etc. for the easy part, for the easy way of doing that glitch is gonna be in my videos, in details videos. So check out if you can do this one. So whatever, you pick up grenades, you go here, so you just go through that window easily. You just jump in diagonal in just jump in diagonal in the corner, and you will glitch up eventually. And then you're gonna use a last flare, I think. Yeah, it's a last flare, so you should have two here if you are a bit more careful about the flares. And you're gonna perform a starbug, a lot of work, sorry. But not as diving area 1. If you do diving area 1, that will happen. And you will fall down. And obviously you don't want it to happen. So what you just need to do is you need to press, you need to go down. And when you let go, you hold forward and right all the way through. Oops, sorry, give me a second. Okay. And if the timing is right, that will happen. So the timing is basically, I'm gonna try to check out if it's still the same. Yeah, okay. So basically, you can see a right guns. So guns that are right. When it's entering inside the wall, you let go. Oops, well, when it's just after it's entering the wall, like this. A few frames after it entering the wall. That's basically how it works. Up, and it works. So this is not too precise, just if you wait too much, that will happen. Oh, well, it still works somehow. I wanted to fail it, but I couldn't. Like this. For example, if you wait too much, that will happen. And if that happens, don't hold forward and right, because that will happen. And that will be death, so be careful if you fail it. But basically that's how it's working, and flare cancel I can go. So I don't have any flares, but if you have flares, you will do the same thing for the next ladder. Next part, just quickly explain that you can just skip the trigger of a boulder, go here and go through the corner, and you skip the trigger of a boulder. Or you can just roll here and do the sequence. Not that sequence, obviously. just go here and jump over it. So this one, it looks dangerous, but it's pretty easy. You just roll here, go diagonal, curve, and go diagonal again, and we'll jump over it. And when you go here, grab that ladder, push the block and extra. And you're gonna perform a crack bug like in Great Wall. Up. And you're gonna trigger a monk here. We go to this tile here to trigger a monk. That is gonna fight the next guy for us. And you jump here over those things. And you grab the prayer wheel. Something you need to know is if you get stuck here, for example, roll 2 times and you will be able to do a standing jump and keep going. So this is the recovery if you get a stumble or something. After picking prayer wheel, you step back and you do a running jump. Standing jump and 2 jumps. 2 running jumps here and keep going. So you don't want to grab when you are here. Because if you grab here and you're unlucky, you will get a void. So you have to be careful. Also, you have to know that that monk can't lose against those UZ guys. So there is no way a monk is going to lose here. Anyway, you do crack bug. If you have a flare, you draw it. And you do the exact same step bug. Exact same one. Oops. You do the exact same one. Like this. And it works. So I'm not going to explain that one because it's like exactly the same. Pick up the flares and keep going. It's literally the same. And then you're going to perform a dive bug with a setup. So you just grab here, shimmy left, side step right, side step left, action plus forward to climb. If you press jump to grab, to climb up, it won't work. So I'm just going to show you quickly. If you press jump to grab, that will happen. And you will mess up the position. So be careful. And then do walk jump. Do a standing jump. Buffer forward and right. And do a swan dive. And that works. So one last time. Up. Side step right, side step left, climb, walk, run, standing jump, buffer, forward and right, and do a swan dive, and it will work. And then you try to go over this fence, and if you get a stumble, you try to recover it, and you're going to do the bark and skip, which is basically using one prayer wheel. Normally. And then you use the other one, but you go manually into the inventory. So you press inventory, you go manually into the inventory, and the seraph is going to act like a prayer wheel. That's basically it works. And it's called hidden duping. And you can do that all the way through. Something you have to know is if you press action or something, that will happen. And it won't cancel the glitch. If you get out of the inventory and go it manually again, it will still work. The only way to mess up the state of a glitch is to use the seraph on a thing. For example, if I press action here to use a seraph, it will cancel the glitch. So that's the only way of cancelling the glitch. And when you use the seraph and you finish barking, and you're gonna get close to the end of the game, probably. And you finish the level. And then you go here, you go to the right to avoid these icicles. You go down here, trying to avoid the Yeti if you can. It might damage you, that's really likely. Pull the lever, go back here, light a flare to light you, and because you're gonna do a flare cancel soon, and go here. And then you just do a rough angle. 45 degrees here won't work, as you can see. You need to have a rough angle like this, and then only you can embed like this. Press roll, and you will end up here. And then you will just have to time and press jump at the right time. So up, this angle, roll, press jump at the right time, and we land here. Do a back twist, and keep going. So this is pretty easy, not entering too much detail. Oops, I'm gonna read it to be... I wasn't gonna die here, but I was gonna lose a lot of health. So yeah, up. Flare cancel here. Draw your guns to avoid the camera changings. And do this jump here, which is pretty easy. So I'm not gonna enter into much details. And glitch a flare here. So I still haven't explained about glitching flares, I think, on ladders. So basically what happens is when Lara is starting to have this animation, this one, you press action and the flare button at the same time. And Lara will glitch a flare in her hand like it just happened. So that's basically how it works. I'm gonna show you one time. So up, don't give a damn about that one. Up like this. So if you press flare and jump when she's starting to grab, that will happen. And you'll have a free flare. So it's like underwater flare, except it's used with ladder. And you don't need to climb, you can directly jump again and do a back twist and reach that lever the fastest way possible. And then go here, picking up the mask. And then be careful because the next drop can be tricky. So the way to do it the most simple is to roll, you do a fake grab, and you do one forward, stop, second forward, and do that. And this is the most simple way. So just up, fake grab, forward, forward, roll, turn, and good. Shit. That was some bad RNG here. Whatever. So, one last time. Up. Just gonna take a large, why not? How am I on med? Okay, so yeah, meds are pretty fine. And you just use a mask. So this part is just pretty much RNG if you take a med or if you use a med or not. Generally you want to use a small, not a large like I just did, but so good on med that I don't really care. And then I just skipped triggers for cats here. So if you want to check out more about that, just check out my videos, because I'm not going to explain that in too much details, because the hitbox are pretty weird for the triggers, in my opinion. Anyway, we're going to perform the Italian skip. So you just go here, roughly. It doesn't have to be precise. Like you can be here, it doesn't really matter. You just take a bit more time to do it. Go here, take this 45-degree angle. If you are too much here, like I'm doing, you will go... she will go... Oops, no, that's not what I wanted to show. If you have this angle, for example, it won't work because she's going to go through the wall and do nothing. You need to have a 45 degrees angle like this. Lara needs to go into the wall completely here, like this. So you do standing jump, pressing forward to move faster, and when she's entering the wall, you hold roll like in the start of Opera House, like this. Or you will glitch down and die. So be careful about that. So here, up, left. She's entering the wall right now. You hold grab. And make it. And then you make this weird jump. So you can't make it like this. Well, actually I just made it, but you can't make it straight forward like this because you will fall. So you have to do a curved jump to make that jump. And this is really... it's It's not a hard jump, but it's super nerve breaking. So yeah, just need to practice a bit. Then for here, undo this time thing. Just run here, do a running jump, 1, 2, 3, unroll here, and finish the level. So that's it for Catacombs. Pretty quick level, not a lot to talk about. And then shoot the bell for Ice Palace. And skip the bell part, actually. So we're gonna perform a glitch here. So this glitch is pretty simple. Get that position roughly. Just don't be too much left like this, and it will work. So you just need to be here. Take the same rough angle like in the first corner glitch in Italian. So 45 degrees won't work here. Take this rough angle and do standing jumps holding forward until that happens. That. So as you can see, Lara, you can see Lara is blocked by the wall. I'm gonna show you one more time. It's just up. As you can see, here the wall is pushing Lara back a bit. That's the sign you're embedded enough to press forward and roll immediately after she's going forward, and you will glitch up. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna show you what happens if you don't roll. Up. That will happen, and that can be dangerous if you roll a bit later. So you just want to... So here, it's 3 jumps, but yeah. So you just press forward. When she's glitching, you roll, do a standing jump, and keep running. And you'll have a good sequence. And draw your M16 to kill 3 cats. Oh, actually, I made a mistake. But whatever. Yeah, I made a small mistake, yeah. In roaching. So I'm gonna show you what. Can I recover? No, I can't. Okay. Whatever. What my mistake is simply that I said you don't need to pick up the huts, Tibetan foothills huts M16 ammo, but actually you need to because we don't do weapon combine anymore, so we need those ammo. So yeah, that's the mistake I did. So I'm gonna have to find something to do the end of the game. But basically, you need to pick out M16 ammo in the hut now. Or you won't have enough ammo for the chicken. Whatever. You try to avoid the Yeti. And you draw a flare for the next flare console incoming. And you try to do the same sequence as I do. So you just flare console here, run jump here, do another flare console here, and keep going. And do this jump, which is... do I want to explain this one? Okay, I'm gonna explain this one quickly. So I'm gonna show you where I jump, and that's it basically, because that's all you have to know about that jump. But if you fail it, it can be super dramatic, like you lose a ton of time, and Yeti RNG is super annoying, so yeah. So the first jump doesn't really matter. So if you're left, you do a running jump, and if you're right, like this, oops, well, not like this, but sometimes you can land like more here, and land here, and then here you do a stunning jump. But roughly it's the same, whatever. And you want to jump here, you want to jump when the snow starts, basically. The line where the snow starts. Or a slightly bit after it works too. Oops. Well. Yeah. So as you can see, it works too. Oops. So that's my visual point. So how am I going to do that? Is there any ammo somewhere? Could think of? Oops, well. I'm gonna try to... What I'm thinking, I'm gonna try to keep going. So you try to do that sequence here. So there is nothing to talk about here. For this at least, for this guide. Just keep going. So I have 93, okay, I know I'm gonna do. Think. So you can glitch a flare here, if you want to, and use it a bit later. Try to get a quick emerge here, or Yeti can troll you. And if you don't have a lot of health, there is a mediless way of doing the next part. So you can either do the jumps here, use a flare here, and take your damage. And if you're low on health, you can just jump, and grab here, and the Yeti won't touch you. And for some reason it did touch me, so that's something that shouldn't have happened, but yeah. Why? Shouldn't happen. Maybe you need to be... Yeah, I think you need to be more center, maybe. Like this, maybe. Yeah, so you need to be center, okay. So, you heard what I meant. Okay, then you keep going, keep doing that. So you're gonna try to glitch a flare here at this ladder. If it's scaring you, you don't, because it's okay, but you can get a flare cancel on the bottom. You don't need to do the weapon combine anymore, which is a good thing for some people. Also, it says a split ice ballast. Oh, because I... Okay, so... yeah, okay. So I completely forgot about Talion. What's happened to my splits? I'm pretty sure I put Thailand somewhere. Talion somewhere. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, so let's do something. Give me a second. Let's replace Ice Palace with Talion. If it works. Yeah, okay, so that's it. Okay. Okay, let's add one on the bottom here. Okay, so I'm gonna do something. Give me a second. Ice Palace. Just need to modify splits quickly. Xian Floating Island. And Dragon Slayer on Suitome. So Dragon Slayer on Suitome will be the same split. Okay. For some reason I forgot about that, but whatever. Okay, so let's go. What am I doing here? Yeah, okay. So after you climb a ladder, you side step left, side flip left to begin the wall, standing jump forward, roll, grab, jump immediately, curving a bit left, and do that sequence. So if you get a good sequence, I'm going to show you what you can do with a flare. So again, roll, grab, bit late. Oh my god, it's really hard to do it in Spain at the same time. Roll, grab, jump, curving a bit left, late grab, roll here, and do a flare cancel to get that sequence, if you can. If you can't, it's fine. It's just save a couple of frames. So yeah. And then you're gonna perform this. So what you do is basically the same thing as Barkung window. Just run diagonally through it, and in the end you will make it. And then draw your M16 and prepare the fight. So you're just gonna go to safe spots. Just here, wait him to come. Jump back. And this is good RNG. Okay. And kill him. And that's it. And this is Ice Palace. And no serious level, but Chokerino level, obviously. So you do that sequence, you drop down, so that shouldn't be too hard when you start. You want to face this way to be a bit faster and grab here to not lose health. So this level is just shock by excellence because it's not really hard, but if you do one mistake you die. That's basically it. So let's go. You side. You're gonna do the Xian skip. You just climb here. to the gold secret. What you're gonna do is gonna simple thing: side step right to be against the wall, roll, side step left 5 times to move slightly forward. 4 times works, but I prefer to be sure and do 5. Side step right. You're gonna buffer forward and right and do a running jump. Actually, I forgot about one thing. Yeah. That's why it didn't work. So you do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side step right. Buffer forward and right. And do a jump. And twist this jump. Like this. And you'll make it every time. You don't need a buffer, especially. What you just need to do is just to press forward before right. And you will make it. But if you're not confident or really have problem with nerves, do the buffer. So that's basically it. Just one thing. You want to start the buffer after the side step animation is completely over. Like, for example, if you do here, in the middle of a side step animation, that will happen. And you don't want that, obviously. So you really want to wait until the side step animation is completely over. And then only you go for it. And this is basically skip the whole level. And then you go here, you push the button. If you still have ammo, you're gonna use them, but I don't think I have, so I'm just gonna shoot that guy with pistols. And if you have enough meds, you can skip those one. I'm pretty sure I could here, but I'm not gonna do it because I don't have enough ammo, so I'm gonna skip a guy at some point in Dragon's Lair, so let's be sure. For example, you have 5 small and 2 large. 5 small and 1 large because I just picked up the Xian one. That would be enough because there is one in Dragon's Lair. But to be sure, I'm gonna pick up this extra one. Basically, at this point of run, we want to have 2 or 3 large. Well, 3 is the best when you start, because in Dragon's Lair you can have a lot of troubles, but if you have 3 large or 4 large, it's enough. Anyway, you keep going. Sorry, it was a poor sequence, but whatever. And you use a springboard, you keep holding forward when you touch them, or you won't go forward and you will die, so be careful about that. And then you perform this jump, which is easy but stressful. Just gonna kill that guy before. So basically it's just, there is no good camera for this jump, that's the only hard thing. So you just want to jump like this, diagonally, and trying to hit it. There is no magic thing for it, just try and get it. And when you go here, and you're gonna try to glitch a flare if you can, if you want to use it. And if you're too nervous, it doesn't matter, because that flare shouldn't say that much. And you go here, so you can perform the sequence I'm gonna do, or do a more simple one, which this one I'm doing. Oops, well, I failed it trying to explain, but you're supposed to fall here and then do this jump. But this one is really hard, so I'm not even gonna explain. Just climb here however you want, and you will be fine. And then you're gonna perform a ladder skip. So this one is pretty easy. Just press down, and at the right time you're gonna drop down and hold left and forward like this, and it works. Just, this is really easy glitch. Like, it's nerve-breaking glitch, but it's really easy to do. There is a lot of time, so you can let go. Just be careful if you don't do it too much. If you wait too much, that will happen. But that's pretty much it. Like, except if you wait too much, you can't really fail it. Or just if you're nervous, obviously. So like here, for example, that will work easily. Or you had still like half of seconds to let go. So this is really lenient. And when you keep going, pull the lever. And because this is a quick guide, I'm not gonna explain the next jump, which is the next YOLO jump, because there is a jump you can do that I'm going to try to show. Basically this one, this jump. But I'm not even going to explain to you because this jump is so ridiculous for a quick guide. Like, if you want to make it work, you need to YOLO it and not save. So yeah, it's completely useless to show it to you. So if you don't want to YOLO the jump like I do here, this is very super easy way. Just do a second jump, hold walk to stop, back step, and do it. Pretty much the same. And then you pick up the key. And then you're going to perform a drop down. I'm going to explain this drop down because I saw a lot of people asking for explanation for that. So this is what it should look like. And this is pretty easy. So you just diagonally step back, holding, not holding, just doing a fake grab. So Lara grab and is against the wall. And when you do it again, you just grab again. And when you land, you hold, when you land on the slope, you hold forward and left. And this is basically it. Grab here, forward and left, and you're good. Super easy. Grab, press grab once, and again. And that's it. So be careful about the health loss here. Just be careful about it. But unless something bad happens at the start of a level with a bad drop, it should be fine. And when you go here, not gonna explain the sequence again. So I'm saying I'm not explaining a lot of things, but because those are a lot of details, so saying I'm not explaining those things, but I'm not explaining details, and everything in Tomb Raider is in is details, so when I'm saying I'm not explaining something, it's generally because it's so small that it doesn't matter. At least when you start for a quick guide. So you want to jump at this spot, at this level. So basically what I use as a reference point is super easy. You have that slow piece sitting here. It's to click on top of it. So you just need to jump on here. And you will be good. And then you perform a corner glitch here. Just do normal. Do normal jumps. Do not press forward because you can fail it if you hold forward during the jump. Just do normal jumps and 2 should be enough. And then you're gonna do this. And this, you can YOLO or not those jumps depending on your nerves and abilities. And you're gonna perform or not a ladder glitch incoming. So you just climb and you are gonna have 2 options. So I'm gonna say here. So you have the option of not doing the glitch, and then you're just gonna keep climbing until you see the blades. Should see the blades soon here. So once you're close to the blades, just jump 2 times. Keep climbing. So here you need to hold left to not be stuck, like this. If I didn't hold left, I would have been here, so I would have to shimmy left and keep going. And you keep climbing here until you can shimmy right, like here. And you shimmy right until the camera changes, like this. And then you stop grabbing, and you jump, and you grab it again. And then you're here, and you keep going. But there is a slightly faster way to do that, is using a ladder bug, which has a setup. So the setup is pretty simple. You're here, shimmy left until you can't move left, and then count from this position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 climbs from Lara. And then just jump, and when she's gonna jump the second time, you're gonna buffer left once after she started to jump. Here you hear the steps on, just buffer 1 left. So I had it jump because the buffer was early, but it shouldn't matter. And then you'll be in the right spot to the next glitch. So that's basically how it works. Just jump, step sound, buffer one left, and you will have the right spot. Climb 2 times to be sure, or 3 times to be sure actually. I'm going to show you what I use as a reference point. So I use this thing here. So basically there is the end of a tile here. So you can see a separation between the tiles. This is my visual point, or if the camera is different, I think if I reload it's going to be different. Yeah. If you get this camera, you just use this lamp here as a visual point. Whatever you choose, you do a back twist here, you grab a ladder, and you're gonna enter into the wall like this. So how does that work? You need to you can't do it with this animation because obviously this is too slow. You need to shimmy properly with this animation. And what you need to do is you need to press right, shimmy right. You stop pressing right, obviously, because if you keep pressing right and do the glitch, I'm going to show you what happens. If I can make it. Oops, I can't make it anymore. Because I'm not used to press right, probably. Come on. Okay, but it only works for me if I don't press right, because I'm so used to not press right. But yeah, that will happen if you press right. She will jump the wrong way. So you have to stop pressing right when you start shimmying. So, and then you need to let go at the right time. And the right time is relatively precise, but there is some march for it. So you just need some practice. It's just scary, but it's not too hard. Just let go of action at the right time, and you immediately jump. So Lara jump on the slope. Oops. Well, wrong save. Oops. So just shimmy right, and when she's entering into the wall, you stop pressing that button. You stop pressing grab, and you jump. So for some reason I can't get it right now. Why can't I get it right now? Oops. Yeah, like this. So the timing, you need to just practice the timing. This is not too hard, but you just need to practice it. Like this. And then you're in the same situation as previously, and you can finish the level. And the timing of a jump here, well, it's not really timing. To know when you have to press jump, you can glitch a flare by the way, but I forgot to do it, is basically when I can start from this corner, when I can start to see the ceiling right here, it's the right time. And then you do back flip and you do that. And you finish the level. And this is Floating Island. So this is the last quop. The last glitch is a quop, by the way. So how many flares do I have? I don't remember. 3. Okay, so you have 3 flares. So you can use a flare here to cancel stumble here. You're gonna grab here. And there is a whole sequence. So I personally do standing jump, count 1, 2, 3. Oops, not like this. I do standing jump, count 1, 2, 3. And I do a curve jump to avoid the triggers, because if I don't do a curve jump, I'm gonna hit that tile, and that tile triggers the right guard. And I don't want the right guard to be triggered, you will see why. So, standing jump, 1, 2, 3, skip the trigger, and we can trick that guy. So, he's going right, and when he's gonna go forward, we're gonna do the running jump. And he's gonna fall here. So this is basically what you want to do if you... This is a bit slow. There is a faster way, which is just you do this. Basically, just look up, jump at the right time, late at the right time, and you will automatically do that RNG. But that is risky and hard. So for people beginning, just take the 5 to 10 second time loss and just stop here, step back, wait for him to face you like this, then do the jump and climb. So yeah, this is my recommendation for you. Okay. And then you gotta perform a corner bug. So we don't perform the corner bug anymore on the left side, we do it on the right side because we need to be in position to do a quap, and the quap require a setup from this spot. So you can still make it from the left side if you don't like the right side. You just do it on the corner bug normally. And you just roll here and jump if you can. Obviously, I didn't do it correctly, but you actually don't need to roll, but whatever. So you just jump here and keep on gonna do the setup. Whatever you do a corner bug. Actually, oops. So yeah. So it requires it requires a flare. Yeah, that's what I was. That's the word I was looking for. Um, the flare is not absolutely necessary, but for some reason, I'm much more confident doing it with a flare for some reason. So there is a setup to set up the quap. So this is pretty easy. Just roll and grab here. Just go here until the flare is basically mid of a flare. But Lara is basically midway to the slope. You don't want her to be here or that will happen. You want her to be a bit before the middle of a slope so you can do this basically. It also works with this if you do this, but it's a bit slower and I don't really like it that much because I don't know, I just feeling like it can fail. But I've been told that it's consistent, so let's say it's consistent. So whatever, you drop down, you do a flag console, and you spam side flip, side step. I'm sorry, I'm losing my, I'm losing it right now for some reason. So yeah, so you do side flips. Oh, you do side steps. Sorry, you roll, you wait the roll to finish, and you're gonna do like in the deck. You're gonna do a jump forward. You're gonna do a jump, standing jump, holding forward on left, and holding grab like this. And then you just wait until the animation is over, and you do a running jump, and you'll have the animation here, and you will be able to do a quap. So this is pretty easy. Just roll, wait till it's over, do that jump, holding forward and left and grab, wait until the animation is over and do a jump forward. So that is the setup. So it's pretty fast setup. Side step, roll, do the thing, and run forward. And it failed here because I didn't wait until the roll is completely over. That's the reason it failed. But if you wait, like here, up, that should be good. Up, and you're at the quap state here. And then this is now that it's getting super interesting. So yeah. Yeah. Here we go. So you're gonna have two cases. So first you want to draw your grenade launcher. So the reason you're gonna draw the grenade launcher is because you want to time something with a grenade launcher animation. So you draw your grenade launcher and you're ready to go. So what you want to do is you want to jump from here. You want to jump from this. There is a small kind of line here. That's where you want to do you start your jump from. You want to start your first buffer when Lara is here, basically. So that's how it works. So basically, from when she's here, so here it's a bit too early, so I buffer once to be sure. So from this point, you start buffering once, pressing forward, jump, and drawing pistols, which is gonna draw obviously the grenade launcher. So that's what you do. You do first buffer like this. Well, actually, you don't need to buffer it, but I'm gonna show you first the longest way, and then you're gonna keep pressing forward, and you're not gonna keep buffering. You're gonna delay a bit your next buffer, like this. So as you can see, she's starting the quop, but you need to press the inventory before you hear the first step sound. So now we press forward and buffer until we hear a step sound. One. So here you hear a step sound. I don't know if you heard. I'm gonna raise the volume for this actually. Not this one. This one. So I'm gonna redo to show you. So let's go. Buffer. And then you buffer until you hear a step sound. So here is step sound. And then you have two cases from this point. So let's see about the cases we got. So you're gonna need to keep buffering forward and look if there is a health bar appearing on the top left of the screen and the next buffer or not. So let's look. So here the health bar is appearing first buffer. That means let's pretend it's the first case. So the first case when a health bar appears on first buffer is simple. You buffer 3 times forward. 1, 2, 3. And then you stop buffering and you just press left after this inventory. And you can get rid of the grenade launcher. Then you run in circle 3 times and you keep going here and Lara is gonna get out and you will make it. This is harder than it looks when you start, so I'm gonna enter into more details into it. But this is the first case. So the first case is super easy. Buffer 3 times forward after the health bar appear, and then you just activate the co-op and you go left 3 times, and you go to the door. I'm gonna show you after when I show you the second case. I will show you the timing of a co-op after that. So this is the first case, and it's the easiest one. I wanted to add something, maybe. I think. Sure, I wanted to add something, but I forgot. Whatever. Okay. So this is the first case. I'm gonna try to get a second case. Same thing. Here, yeah. So here's the first case again. So here, actually, I think I did too quick. Let's redo that. So here there is a step sound. So here it appears on the first buffer. So 3 buffer forward. I think I did 3, but whatever. And you do go left. So the reason why you need to buffer forward and then stop is because you want to do this glitch, you need an exact co-op speed. You need 42 co-op speed, basically. So some co-op have some speeds. You need the 42 one for this one. And because it's really precise, we need those buffer. And because it's so precise that there is another case where that won't work, but something else will work. So let's redo that. Sorry, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be the first case again. Of course, I can't get the second one. Giving me only first case, obviously. But so it goes. So it goes. Oh my god, it's the first case again. What's going on here? Oh, okay, okay, never mind. Okay, I know, I did a mistake actually. Okay, I know, because the health bar was still here because I just reloaded. Give me a second, okay. Yeah, okay. So because I loaded, the health bar is staying a bit. So that's why the health bar was always here. Okay, let's go now. Okay, yeah. So here's the steps on. So earring, I know because there is two different kind of steps on. It's gonna be the first case. Oh no, actually, never mind. Okay, okay, never mind. So here, the health bar appeared at the second buffer after the steps on. That means the second case. So the second case, you buffer 2 times more after the health bar appear. So 1, 2. You go saving the game manually. You reload. And after you reload, you're gonna buffer, you're gonna hold inventory, so you buffer the first frame of a reload. And then you're good to do the same thing as the first case. Well, you don't do the buffers, but you press left and you run in circle 3 times and go here and do it. I'm gonna talk to you about the timing right after. So that's how it works. So the first case, health bar appear after the first frame, the first buffer after steps on. Then you buffer 3 times forward, and if the health bar appear after the second inventory buffer after the steps on, you buffer 2 times more, you save, and you buffer the first frame of your reload. And then you're good. Basically, how it goes is the second case gives you a 39 speed co-op, and 39 is not enough. So, because we need a 42, we need to add 1 frame at the reload. We need to add 1 frame to make it turn into a 42. And that's what the save reload do. Because I guess because when you reload, and if you buffer the first frame after the reload, it doesn't skip 2 frames, it skips only 1 frame, and that makes the difference. So that's basically how it works. So let's do that. Just, oops. Up. Let's just try. I think it's a good save. Oops, no, okay. Well, whatever. Where is... I want a good save. Okay, that's a good save. So let's do it a couple of times to be sure. So let's go. So you jump here. Start, jump, and drawing weapon. Buffer until you hear the steps on. Steps on here. Second buffer, so it means you need to buffer 2 more times. 1, 2. Go saving. Reload. Doesn't matter how far it's you reload. Buffer the first frame and go. And then turn 3 times and go there. And it will be a good co-op speed. So here it won't work because I fucked it up the position. I saw that from the start, but it's not the important. The important is to know the cases. So let's go. So here it happens on the second buffer, so I'm gonna reset until I get the first one to do it one last time. So it was the second buffer again. If I don't get it in the next 3 tries, I will stop it because it doesn't really matter, because you obviously saw it already. But actually, I have no idea here because I didn't hear the sound. I only heard the sound of a guy, not the step sound. Okay, let's go. Sorry, it was the second one. Okay, one last time and see the case. So let's go. Oops, no, I completely fucked that up. So you need to be on the, you need to jump here on the right of a bridge and in the right direction like I'm just doing. Because if you don't, it's gonna mess up slightly the timing of a co-op. So be careful about that. So one last time and then I'm gonna show you the timing. So here is step sound. Okay, first frame. So 1, 2, 3. And you press left. And you're good. And then I'm just gonna save on another spot to be sure. You're on circle 3 times. Did I do it 3 or 4 times? I don't know. And then going forward, so and then you glitch up. So this is, the timing is right, it's really precise. So it looks like it's really easy, but it's actually really precise. So basically, depending of Lara get out, I can't really explain because it's so precise. And because of the way the bridge is done, I can't really explain exactly my visual point to know if I need to curve or not. But when you'll practice, you will realize that sometimes she will, sometimes she won't make it in time and she will slide down the slope, and sometimes she won't quicksand and she will be stuck against the wall, and sometimes it will work. It only depends of where the quicksand starts. I'm gonna show you and explain to you. So this is the co-op, and the quicksand, basically the quicksand is when Lara is in the ground. But because here it's a bit delayed because of a slopey way the bridge is, so she's gonna have a weird animation like this. She's gonna run for a second and then go in the ground. And basically the quicksand start when she's getting in the ground after that small animation. And you can determine when it's gonna happen from when she stopped the co-op. So because if she stopped the co-op being close to the wall, you're gonna have to curve slightly, because if you don't curve at all, what's gonna happen is you're gonna hit the wall and the quicksand won't happen. And if you're too far away, then it's straight basically, because even if you're straight, it doesn't matter. But if you're too close to the wall, when you stop the co-op itself, you can just curve slightly and it will recover a bit your position and you will have more chance of making it. Because as you can see, she has to be super close when she starts the quicksand. So here, for example, it's really good position. It's completely perfect. For example, if I curve here, for example, it won't work anymore because she's going to be too far. She's going to slide down here. So if I curve, if I get the right position, it won't work. But if I curve, if I get the wrong position, it might recover. When to know is the right position or not, it's really with practice. You will do it like 20, 30 times, and you will realize that there is a specific spots where you know it's gonna work or not. And if it's not gonna work, you try to recover, obviously. But it's pretty hard to say. You have to see the cases. Basically, it's where she's on the bridge when that happens. Please. Get out. Oh. Yeah. So for example here, I noticed that it was good, I think. Yeah, it was good. Because the position when she get out of a quote was good. But for example, I'm going to do a false case where it won't work. 2, 3, let's curve a bit. So for example here, she's getting out sooner than usual. So it means she will enter the quicksand too early, so she will slide on. So that's basically how it works. I know it can seem a bit really precise and bullshit and etc. But once you practice it, it's actually super consistent. And that's it for the quote. And then you finish the level. So I hope the quote explanation was relatively clear, even though it's 4 a.m. So it was really hard for me to start, as you could see, the level. But you finish the level and you keep going. And then you pick up this med for the end. And if it wasn't clear, you can still ask. I can redo part of the video or something. And anyway, so if you had pick up the Atamo, you will kill that guy here. But because I don't have enough ammo, I need to keep mine for killing the next guy. I'm not going to kill him. Pull that lever and keep going. But you're supposed to kill the first guy that is running after me. And then you gotta kill this guy in particular. So. And should have a flare, yeah. And basically you just tank the damage and you're good. Just one thing, okay, I have two mid packs. But basically if you have only one med pack remaining, I forgot to say that at the start of a run. If you have only one med pack remaining, one small med pack, you can jupe it and make it count as a large. Basically how it goes is if you use your last med pack from the inventory and you press the hotkey, it will activate both, so you will use two med packs, but because you only have one med packs remaining, it will only remove you the small you have. So it's basically your last med pack will count as two small med pack. And when you place here, you go diagonally like this, and you just kill the dragon pretty easily. So, oops. You're not supposed to do that. So because I looked, she changed the grenade direction. So I'm gonna have to finish him manually, probably. Do I have? Okay. Okay. It's alright. 10 grenade is enough. Just did small mistake. And when you do a stunning jump, and running jumps, and then you're good to finish the level. If you start by your running jumps after the dragons, you will get a stumble every time. So basically you get stumble at the last jump, at the previous jump I just did here. And if you get a stumble, it's basically a rip. So you need to do a standing jump after killing the dragon. That's something you absolutely need to know. And then, oh yeah, I need to unsplit. How do you unsplit? That's the question. Give me a second. Okay, it's this one. Oh yeah, okay, anyway. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna fix the speed after, it doesn't matter. Okay, anyway, so then the last level, Home Sweet Home, you just follow a path and you hope that the range is good. And that's basically it. So you just pick up those ammo. Those ammo too, you need 3 sets of ammo, or it's almost impossible to finish your level. Pick up too large. If you are afraid, you can take the small one, but it shouldn't be an issue. And then you go to the window, Kill that guy. Oops. Okay. Kill that guy. And go here. And pray that the next enemy you meet is a dog. So this gun can be the troll of a lot of runs. So he's not here. I can hear him. Okay. Because I could hear him, I went for him. But... And then there should be two guys here. Yeah. And you come back here. But basically, if this dog is not here, you just need to pray come back to you. And if it doesn't, you can't do anything against that. It's basically how it works. And then you run around the house. If you meet someone, it's good. If you don't meet anyone, it's okay. Depend on the spawning of the guys. So that guy shouldn't be here. He's generally not here. There is one dog on a gun guy here. Then you go here. Just gonna save for... Go here. There's one guy on the right here, yeah. Another dog. There's one guy here. At the end of the garden. And there might be another guy in the house. No. Okay. And then the boss should spawn. And the last boss is pretty easy. And this is it. And you finish the game. So that's basically it. I'm trying to find something to say. So yeah, if flooding island wasn't clear, because it's pretty hard, just tell me, obviously. So, made it sub 3 hours, so that's pretty good. That means it's not that long. I hope there was enough in it, so it was clear. And I hope I said enough or not too much on etc. If so, you can just say and I might redo or something. But this is basically the updated route, and this is the way of doing the run with EPC or German executable. So that's pretty much it. Soul tutorial should come soon. Soul UK box, because they are the same, should come soon. Gonna do a quick guide. I'm gonna do a detailed tutorial like the other ones and keep improving glitches, and that's gonna be it. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope this will help some people, and see you next time.